Well, that's why they had NBC News attack Kurt Nimmo last week. Kurt was pointing out in an article that they are preparing a vaccine by the end of the year, and that they're going to try to roll it out. And that's on record. So they came out and said, oh, Kurt claims with no evidence, and InfoWars claims that it's about a vaccine when there is no vaccine. Well, his article said in December and January when it comes out, when this stuff starts peaking. So they play these games. Go ahead.
There's a story going around, and I don't know how legitimate it is, but it's been going around, Facebook and things like that, about a nurse from one of those countries over there who was saying that it was a warning to Americans that there really is no Ebola virus. The Ebola virus is actually in the vaccines that the Red Cross has been giving to the people in Africa for 40 years now.
No, that was actually in the biggest paper in Liberia with top virologists saying it, who were working on getting on. With all the secret testing in Africa killing people before, why wouldn't it if they've done it before? They've put sterilants in vaccines. If they've been caught doing this, of course. And Bill and Melinda Gates are involved in that as well. And that's what the CIA agent Steele, former CIA agent, case officer, said 2 weeks before all this happened. He said there's going to be a false flag. Let's cue up that 1 minute clip if you can. There's going to be a false flag using an Ebola biological simulant hitting America. And so, absolutely, if the government's been caught in thousands of declassified tests, many of which were lethal against black kids, white kids, poor people, Native Americans, military people, the GI's wives. Why would we ever trust this group now? Why would we take or do anything they said? That's what I'm saying. If we had a government with a history of good vaccines that could be trusted, or they said, hey, there's a risk, but here it is, we think it's a cost-benefit analysis, I'd be like, yeah, Ebola vaccine. But no, they're bringing it in. They're letting it spread. You can't trust them. Gardasil shots kill a bunch of people that took it. The HPV shot, they still give it. It's banned in India and Japan. Let's go to that clip with Mr. Steele.
They will have another false flag. In fact, the false flag I'm hearing about is a simulated Ebola attack in which they actually use biochemical weapons that dissipate, but then they pretend that it's Ebola and that it has been brought here by Saudi martyrs. Okay? So no, we have not reached the end of the false flag line. However, what we have reached is I did my first graduate thesis on predicting revolution, and there's a difference between preconditions of revolution and precipitants. And I have posted a graphic on preconditions of revolution that exist in the USA today. Now, a precipitant is like the Tunisian fruit seller. My preferred precipitant is a soccer mom that tortures herself on the steps of Capitol Hill, and it appears on YouTube. But the bottom line is the next false flag could lead to a general strike across this country.
All right. Robert David Steele, not an armchair CIA asset agent operative, but somebody that ran operations in hot zones, in combat zones. And he comes highly recommended from the U.S. Army. Now, that was 2 weeks before all this started. We're going to go to break, come back and go to Aaron, Ray, Racist, Shane, and others. In fact, Shane's up first when we come back. Toll-free number to join us is 800-259-9231. Before I go any further, though, let me just go ahead and take my daily dose right now of Silver Bullet, still available. Now, for a limited time, it is selling out. Colloidal Silver at InfoWarsLife.com. And again, I normally only take this once I'm already not feeling well. Super Male Vitality, always good to boost natural function because they give us all the estrogen mimickers to try to block our vitality. Fluoride Shield, this is real thick, need to shake it up. Chelator doesn't just take out fluoride, but a bunch of other heavy metals and garbage. Got a whole bunch of things in it known to do that. A little bit of the secret sauce that isn't out yet. A little bit of that in there. And then finally, super nascent iodine from the Crystal Source X2. And I'm going to stir this up morning, noon, and night. And you've heard the rave reviews from listeners. You can go read all the facts and info at InfoWarsLife.com about each one of these things. The oxy powder to flush out the guts, all of it. This is what I'm doing to bolster my body's natural defenses. This is what I'm doing to try to give my immune system everything I can. Sunlight's important, purified water, you name it. and being optimistic, not living in fear. That's why I'll say some really hardcore stuff and say get prepared, but make a joke out of it. 'Cause I'm going to have fun with all this. But boy, any of my family bleeds out without Ebola. I'm not going to be able. I've had enough. Okay, stop it now. You're not going to get away with it. It doesn't matter, globalists, if you've got half the public not knowing what planet they're on, totally sucking their thumbs. A bunch of us know who's behind this, and we're not going along with it. So InfoWarsLife.com, and your purchase of the finest, highest quality, I mean, literal best price. That's what we go for. Cutting edge nutraceutical supplements supports this entire transmission. InfoWarsLife.com. And don't let me forget, for a limited time, 5% off the entire InfoWars Life family of supplements with promo code NOW at checkout, or when you call, just say now, and you get 5% off already a lot of the discounts. That's on everything, but a lot of it already has discounts. So you get that on top of it. 888-253-3139 or InfoWarsLife.com, promo code NOW. And for print in Dallas, Texas, tonight, tomorrow, and on Sunday, doing original text and video reports from the ground there. So that is coming up, and look for a final report from Paul while he's here in the U.S., probably on Sunday. Let's go to Shane, then Racist, Ray, James, Kelly, and others. Shane, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex, thanks for taking my call.
You bet, thank you.
Hey, I just wanted to know how long is this going to go on before people realize that there's power in numbers and everybody just needs to opt out now? And I think that would definitely put a hurting on them.
And by opt out, what, just stop showing up to work and stuff, and maybe they'll seal the border?
Exactly. I mean, not only work, just stop going, stop anything, any supporting.
No, that's it. I totally agree. We need to have Watson write the article right now, use historical examples. They had strikes a few months ago in countries bordering Sierra Leone and others. They wanted their borders shut. We should call for a national strike. We don't have time to wait. A national strike starting next Monday, running through Wednesday, of all non-essential people. Obviously, media and police and firefighters and things covering things have to still go in, but all non-essential people should go on strike Monday through next Wednesday, and then call Congress and go on Facebook and Twitter and everywhere when you're on strike and talk about why you're on strike. Let's do it right now. Infowars.com calls for a strike in the United States running Monday through next Wednesday until they stop the flights and until they start. I mean, look, I was just watching the news earlier, Fox News during a break, and they were admitting that police departments all over the country are just filled with illegals that have committed all sorts of heinous crimes, and the feds won't come get them. So the headline was, police departments to stop holding criminal immigrants and undocumented criminals for rape, murder. They are now above the law. It is now happening. Feds won't get them. Locals won't hold them. This is the takedown of the country, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, that was pretty much my only point. I just don't realize how people don't see what's going on. It's going to be too late before people realize it, and I mean, I think that's the only chance that everybody gets together in numbers and show them that.
That's it. That's it. We're going to put out a White House petition right now. Get Kurt to do that. Just a basic statement of they've been derelict in their duty, like all their countries blocking their borders. AP admits that other African countries blocked their borders and stopped flights, and it stopped it in its tracks. That our administration is aiding and abetting Ebola to create a crisis and a political distraction. And then we're calling on all Americans to strike on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, especially school teachers, medical workers, you name it, because you're the ones that are going to get hit hardest by this. And it's going to collapse the medical system and the school system. And then the police departments and oh my God, it's the EMS, it is just going to be nightmarish. And now, we've got to have a strike now to bring attention to this, to point out what's going on. Because the feds are on strike, leaving us wide open. That is a great idea. In fact, that's what Steele said about a month ago. He said a national strike for the next false flag that he believes will be Ebola. And now we're living it right now. That's it. We need to call for a national strike. Everyone should join us right now. Call for a national strike next week. Third hour coming up.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put 2 and 2 together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds. Is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.